It is the year 766. The great savior of Earth, the warrior who twice faced and defeated the fearsome emperor of evil, Goku, is losing his hardest battle. This time, it isn't because of a new and powerful enemy, but because of a strange and lethal heart disease. Goku had fallen into bed, completely incapacitated and unable to do anything to stop it. His friends were devastated. Bulma, the brilliant scientist, for the first time in her life felt she had no solution to the problem. Her dazzling mind was limited by current technology. Despite her tireless attempts and countless sleepless nights analyzing the Saiyan's blood and body, she made no significant progress. Determined to keep investigating, but aware of how little time remained, she designed an emergency alternative in the form of pills. Goku, who could barely speak, knew deep down that it was time to depart for the other world, so he asked all his friends to gather to say goodbye. The fateful day arrived. Gohan and Bulma searched with their last hopes for the Dragon Balls. To their great misfortune, the balls had already turned back into plain stones, since Pilaf's gang had recently used them to turn themselves into children. Bulma and Gohan arrived at Goku's house, where he, gathering his last breaths, said goodbye to his son. He then looked at Bulma and thanked her for that distant time she came to Mount Paozu looking for her grandfather's Dragon Ball. That was where they first met, forming an unbreakable friendship and beginning their magical, special adventure. Bulma couldn't help but recall all the adventures they had while searching for the balls, all their laughter and misfortunes, along with all the friends they had gained along the way.
Vegeta, who had remained apart and silent this whole time, finally stepped forward to say a few words to his eternal rival. Kakarot, you can't die like this. It isn't worthy of the Saiyan warrior race. You must die fighting in a great battle the way you'd want. I can't stand to see you die this pathetic way, Kakarot. Without you, I won't be able to surpass my limit or defeat the legendary Super Saiyan.
Goku, I know you'll manage it. I can already see King Kai getting closer. Goku, you can't leave us. Think of your family. Think of Earth. Without a savior, we'll be lost. Please, Goku, listen to me. I'm sorry, Bulma. There's nothing more I can do. But I can. Please, take this. It's a pill that will put you into a deep coma. Once I get you to my house, I can run tests and help you properly. I'll even build you a new heart if I have to. Please, Goku, hold on a little longer. Dad, Goku, listen to Bulma. The house wouldn't be the same without you. I'm begging you. All right, Bulma, please, do whatever is necessary. Vegeta, Piccolo, please get Goku to my house as fast as you can. This is bad. I'm forcing Goku's heart to keep him alive, but I can't find exactly where in the organ the problem lies. I have no other choice. I'll build a machine that simulates his heart's pumping. It's the only way to buy time. After exhausting hours, I finally finished it. It's a somewhat bulky version, but it will keep Goku alive. Now I must replace his natural heart with this temporary machine. After hours without sleep, I did it. Goku is stable now. I feel terrible seeing him in such a cold, inhuman state, but it was the only way to save him. I'll keep researching. Bulma, your father told me you haven't slept all week. You should rest a little, woman. Vegeta, strange. That isn't Vegeta's usual behavior. He must be telling the truth. I really do look terrible. You're right. Thanks, Kakarot. Stay strong. Time flew by. Goku's friends and family constantly visited Capsule Corporation, where Bulma managed to keep him alive but unconscious. After a full month of grueling work, the stubborn young scientist had finished her latest invention, a definitive mechanical heart that perfectly simulated a Saiyan organ scaled to Goku's body. With extreme care and her father's valuable help, she was able to implant it.
But the real problem was only just beginning to show. 85% of Goku's body refused to function with the new heart. His organic biology rejected the technology, shutting down his vital systems. Bulma tried everything to synchronize it, but failed again and again. After 2 months of painful trial and error, the genius realized she would need to work on cybernetic prosthetics to replace the rejected parts. It was the only viable solution. But then, Absolute terror struck the planet. The fearsome androids 17 and 18 had awakened. After eliminating their own creator, they began sowing destruction wherever they went, razing entire cities and killing innocent people purely for entertainment. As expected, the brave Z-fighters confronted them, but the gap in power was abysmal. Piccolo, Vegeta, Yamcha, Tien, and Krillin all died at the hands of the merciless twins, marking the beginning of the androids' reign of terror. Gohan, at his young age and driven by rage over losing his masters, managed to awaken as a Super Saiyan, but even that legendary power proved useless. The catastrophic news reached Bulma through her father. She collapsed to the floor, devastated. On top of having recently learned she was pregnant, she was completely broken. A new threat, 1,000 times more dangerous than Frieza, was on Earth, and it had massacred her friends, while she was alone with no apparent hope. That symbol, I can't be wrong. It's from the Red Ribbon Army, the organization Goku defeated years ago. Gohan, don't tell me you tried fighting those androids again? That's right, Bulma. I can't just stand by watching those people kill innocent civilians. Gohan, you shouldn't go out there alone. You're Earth's last hope in case Goku never wakes up. Maybe you're right. Bulma, tell me, how has my father been doing? It's complicated, Gohan. Despite all my relentless efforts, Goku's central system has accepted his new heart, but most of his other organs and tissue still reject it completely. I understand. You've done everything you could. Yes. Hey, Gohan, do you know anything about the Red Ribbon Army? Did your father ever tell you stories about them?
The Red Ribbon Army, yes. It was a massive criminal organization full of brilliant, twisted minds. My father told me that as a child, he fought against very strong opponents from that army, and he also mentioned a kind-hearted giant called Android 8. Why do you ask? Are they responsible for this nightmare? I'm afraid so. I don't know how, but the Red Ribbon Army survived in the shadows. But you've given me a great idea, Gohan. I'll ask my father if he knows anything about their former scientists. That's you, Bulma. How's the pregnancy going? Remember, you need to eat for two. Dad, there's no time for that now. Tell me quickly, back in your youth, did you know any of the scientists who worked for the Red Ribbon Army? The Red Ribbon Army? Yes, I knew a few eccentric characters from there. A couple of them even studied with me at university, though I didn't know all of them. Wait, I must have some kind of record book somewhere. Even though they weren't very famous worldwide, in the narrow field of robotics, they were quite well known. After a quick look through the book, Bulma and Gohan found vital information about some of the planet's greatest minds. Among them stood out several former Red Ribbon Army members, and one name in particular caught their attention: the infamous and celebrated Dr. Gero, an unrivaled genius in cybernetics and robotics. Dr. Gero was rumored to be living in isolation somewhere underground in the mountain. According to this book's records, his last known location was near South Capitol, but there's no more data about him. It only notes that he's the greatest living expert in the field of human robotics. I have a terrible feeling about this man. Gohan, please, could you go carefully to South Capitol and investigate where he might be? Of course, Bulma. I'll go right away. Several days passed as young Gohan tirelessly searched every mountainous corner of that area for Dr. Gero's last whereabouts, careful not to draw the android's attention. To his great luck, the young hybrid Saiyan found a strange, unnatural entrance embedded in a mysterious cave, nothing less than the broken security door of Dr. Gero's laboratory. How strange. This isn't a natural cave. It's an armored door. What is all this? It's an enormous laboratory. Such strange lights. This is astonishing. There's no doubt this must be that doctor's hideout. There must be a lot of information here that would help Bulma. Something smells terrible in here. Number 17, number 18. I wonder what that means. Those look like stasis capsules. There's old clothing scattered on the floor and signs of violence. How strange. It looks like the scene of a recent crime. I should act fast before they come back. And these are blueprints for an organic-based android. There are more detailed schematics, even a notebook full of formulas. This will help Bulma enormously. I'll borrow these. Time to get out of here.
Bulma, I found Dr. Gero's hidden laboratory. It seems your suspicions were completely correct. That man was creating cybernetically modified humans. I managed to grab some detailed blueprints here. Excellent work, Gohan. Now we know exactly who's responsible for this nightmare, and we have his research in our hands. Let me take a quick look at this. This is incredible. This man, twisted as he was, is a true genius. But how gruesome. He must have experimented on many living people to achieve these results. All right, with this data, I finally have a clear idea of what to do to save Goku. Bulma, does that mean you're going to turn my father into an android? Will you make him like one of those monsters that killed Piccolo and the others? Gohan, I'm afraid so. The only way to defeat a monster like that, and the only way to save Goku's life, is to turn him into one of them too. I hope you can understand. It's our last card to play. It's incredible. Thanks to Gero's biocomponents, Goku's body no longer rejects the heart I built for him at all. It's amazing. That mad scientist managed to create an infinite energy source that's 99% identical to what these warriors call ki. With this adaptation, Goku's power will be overwhelming. Now only the finishing touches of assembly remain, and then he'll be moved to a normal room at the corporation. I don't want him waking up in my lab. Bulma, why did you call me so urgently? Gohan, good, you made it in time. It's time. After these intense 8 months of non-stop work, I finally completed Goku's project. I'm ready to wake him up.
You're serious, Bulma? That's right. After all this time, your father is complete. At first, his body violently rejected the new heart. Only 20% of his biology could tolerate it. But thanks to Dr. Gero's twisted research, I was able to replace the rejecting parts with advanced mechanical components. I managed to make Goku 51% cybernetic android, all without losing most of his humanity. Because of that, 100% of his body now accepts the new heart without any problems. I also gave him a couple of lethal upgrades I'll explain later. It's time for our hero to wake up from his coma. This chemical solution will bring him out of his slumber. Bulma, go on. What's happening? I feel different. Dad, don't you remember anything that happened? Just a little. Sometimes I could hear you talking far away while I slept. I know exactly what tragic things happened to our friends. It's a shame I wasn't there to help them. Goku, can't believe you're finally okay. How do you feel physically? Honestly, I feel wonderful. It doesn't feel at all like half my body is an android. It feels natural, but I do feel something strange inside me, like I have energy to spare, like I'll never get tired. It's a strange feeling, but incredible. Ah, that must be from the new infinite energy source I built into you.
The androids arrived at East Capital.
Goku, you're awake. The androids are here. This is really bad. We're not ready.
Damn it. Goku only just woke up. He needs to get used to his new cybernetic body and train it so his systems work in sync. We need to run performance tests before he fights. Bulma, there's no time for that. You did the best work you could, and I swear I feel better than ever. I won't let those damned androids get away with this a second longer. All right, Goku, we trust you. Finish them off. Look, Android 18, how they scurry off like frightened little rats. Even though it's been months of doing the same thing, hunting humans is still a lot of fun. But what the hell? You're Goku? Well, so you finally show yourself. I was starting to think you died of natural causes before we could find you. Yeah, that's right. Were you scared of us? Hiding away? In case you didn't know, we were programmed for the sole purpose of killing you. During your cowardly absence, we even eliminated every one of your stupid friends without any trouble. They were garbage. Has fear got your tongue? Won't you say anything? Are you just going to stand there waiting for your death?
There's no doubt these are soulless monsters. I'll never forgive them. What's happening? I don't feel my organic ki flowing like before, and my system won't let me transform into a Super Saiyan easily. This must be what Bulma mentioned about the infinite energy. It doesn't matter. I'll tear them apart anyway. Go on, try it. Even Prince Vegeta died crying in my hands. What makes you think you, a simple monkey, could beat us? What was that? I still haven't gotten used to my new power. That hit was way too strong. Damn it, that guy is incredibly strong. How is this possible if Dr. Gero's computer calculated a lower power level? One hit almost shut down my systems. Miserable creature. Now you'll deal with me.
Strange. I remembered the androids being fast. This girl is, but my new processor is faster. I can see and predict her attacks without any trouble. Take this, you filthy
the ape. Damn it! This guy is as hard as Kachin steel. My turn. This is astonishing. My fighting power has increased tremendously, and I'm not tired at all. 18. This has gotten out of hand. It's time to attack him with everything we've got together. Finally, you two make a decent warm-up to calibrate my systems. Don't talk nonsense, you arrogant bastard. We'll kill you slowly. I think that's enough of a physical test. Now I'll use a bit of my reactor energy. Oops, I think I overdid it a little. Impossible. This guy is far stronger than the record suggested. He destroyed 17 like paper. I have no choice. I need to run.
Where do you think you're going?
Damn it, please, have mercy on me, I beg you. Mercy. How many times did innocent people, fathers, mothers, children beg you for mercy, and you killed them laughing anyway? You don't deserve it. And now, for all the human lives you've taken, and for the unjust deaths of my friends, you will die. A scream. It's over now. Dad, Gohan, where were you? I was worried. I was helping evacuate survivors from the collapsed buildings. It's incredible, Dad. Your new cybernetic power is amazing. Just in your base form, you humiliated those fearsome androids with no trouble fighting both of them. That's right, Gohan. Even I was surprised by how much power I had. As you've just seen live, dear viewers, the young man with the strange hair has finally put an end to those terrible monsters that ravaged our cities. After half a year of chaos and desperation, peace has returned to Earth. There's no doubt he's Earth's great savior. I want to give my sincerest thanks to that heroic man who eliminated the monsters. And now, looking closer, I realize he's the very same brave boy who freed us from the Demon King Piccolo years ago. We owe him our lives and the entire planet. Thank you so much for everything. Applause rang out. Wow, looks like you're a global celebrity now, Goku. Yeah, it seems that way. But Bulma, I want to know everything. Why am I so absurdly stronger now? This power is incredible, but I don't feel entirely satisfied with it. It's a gifted power, not something I earned through my own training. I understand, Goku. As you know, we had to rely on Dr. Jiro's grim blueprints and personal journal to save your life. In those files, I discovered many forms of robotics, along with a secret formula the doctor had designed. That genius, despite his precise research on you, didn't know about your monstrous Super Saiyan power. But he didn't need to, because his formulas revealed the true potential of an android. By combining infinite energy with a robotic body, the resulting hybrid would get an enormous base power multiplier. Remember those power units Frieza's army used with their scouters? I'll explain it with numbers so it's easier to understand. If a normal human with a power level of just 2 becomes a cybernetic android, their power increases by a factor of 30 to 40 million, giving them 60 to 80 million power units out of nowhere. I tried analyzing your current power level using improved scouters I built with the same base technology Frieza's army used. Right before the illness, your base form power was around 5 to 7 million units. That means that with Jiro's cybernetic multiplier, your current base form power is approximately 210 trillion. Incredible! No wonder the androids were so much stronger than Frieza. Their multiplier base is absurd. That's right, Goku. And not only that, since 49% of your body is still organically Saiyan, Goku, you were able to force access to the Super Saiyan transformation. And if my calculations are correct, the Super Saiyan multiplier remains 50 times. That means that when you transform into a Super Saiyan while still cybernetic, your power rises to mathematical levels never before seen in the universe. I understand. That's all amazing, Bulma. I guess it was the only viable option to stay alive and protect my family. Thank you so much for not giving up on me. That's right, Goku. I wish I'd thought of all this sooner. Unfortunately, our dear friends have perished, along with Piccolo and therefore Kami. Earth's Dragon Balls no longer exist to fix this. I know, but we shouldn't worry about that. I've already been thinking it through. I'll go to the other world with King Kai so he can use his antennae to guide me to the new planet Namek. That way I can borrow the Namekians' Dragon Balls and revive all our friends. That's truly an incredible idea, Dad. Goku, that would be fantastic. Bulma, are you all right? Is it the baby? Yes. And I can
already feel it. It's coming. We need to get you to the medical room right away. Let's go. All right, I'll leave you to it. See you all later. Wish me luck. And so the cybernetic Saiyan raised on Earth, Goku, traveled to King Kai's planet. The deity was already waiting for him, feeling overjoyed and relieved to see his student alive. To Goku's immense surprise and delight, the spirits of Piccolo, Yamcha, Tien, and Krillin were training hard with King Kai, giving him an incredibly happy and emotional reunion. Thanks to King Kai's foresight, they already knew everything that had happened on Earth, proudly congratulating the Saiyan on the beating he'd given the androids. King Kai happily used his telepathy to guide Goku across the universe to the new planet Namek. The cybernetic Goku arrived safely on New Namek, where he was immediately recognized and praised by all the inhabitants as the great savior of their race, the legendary warrior who had defeated the tyrant Frieza.
The Great Elder, glad to help him, granted him the use of the Namekian Dragon Balls, summoning the mighty dragon Porunga, who had recently received powerful magical upgrades. As his first wish, Goku asked to revive all the humans and warriors on Earth who had been unjustly killed by the androids. Namek's Shenlong granted that wish, bringing Piccolo and the others back to life. For his second wish, Goku asked for the immediate reconstruction of all the parts of Earth, the cities and fields that had been brutally destroyed over the past several months. And for his third and final wish, Goku tried to have his own body restored to its normal organic state. But that wish cannot be granted, warrior. What? Why not, Porunga? That wish far exceeds the limits of my current creator's magical power. I cannot alter your cybernetic body because in this state you are immensely stronger than I am. Magic cannot overpower a being of your level without their full resonance. All right, Porunga, I understand. There's nothing to be done. I'll have to live as a cyborg. Then what will your third wish be? Hurry.
Very well. I want you to erase the horrific memories of androids 17 and 18 from the minds of everyone on Earth. Let them forget the massacres and the despair, except for the memories held by my friends and family. I want humanity to smile again, free of trauma. Very well. That wish is very easy for me to grant. A cry rang out. Done. Your 3 wishes have been granted successfully. Farewell, warrior of pure heart. Well, thank you for letting me use your Dragon Balls, my Namekian friends. The long-awaited peace had finally returned to Earth after these 9 terrible months of anguish and darkness. Thanks to the desperate ingenuity of a scientist and the unbreakable will of a warrior, the lives of the Z fighters returned to their warm normalcy. At last, the android nightmare had ended forever.
What's up everyone? I hope you had liked this video. If you had liked it, don't forget to like or subscribe. Thank you. Bye.